How are y'all? Mom was talking to me, but I had already pushed the button. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope y'all are having a fabulous day. I'm glad to see y'all. Today we're going to be doing a makeover on this little Dollar Tree birdhouse. So it's this cute little beehive, which is already super duper cute, but I think we can make it even more cute. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be using some mulberry paper in one of our designs from this month. So we're going to be using this yellow plaid, and I printed it on mulberry paper so we can decoupage it onto our little beehive. So we're going to end up with a plaid beehive instead of a bright yellow beehive. This is super cute, y'all. I think it's really cute all on its own. If you were doing a Winnie the Pooh themed party, this would be adorable to use for something, for decoration. Taking some of these pieces off and adding like the little honey sign and a little honey, you know, what's that thing called that you get the honey out with? That would be so cute.
Honey getter outer.
Honey getter outer? Yeah. All right, y'all. When you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. I hope you had a really great weekend. Hi, Joy. Hello, Dale. Hey, Lori. Good to see you. Hi, Teresa. Griffin's feeling better. He's actually been feeling better for several days, but he went back to school today. Today's the first day that he's been out of quarantine. Hey, Carol. Hi, Rhonda. Hello, Rosemary. Good to see you. So anyways, y'all, hey, Sandra. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a good weekend. It was pretty calm, of course, because Griffin was sick, and so we didn't really do much. But I worked on my kitchen and our little stairwell all weekend long, pretty much, and almost done. Still have things to do. Home projects take forever. I mean, I don't know how people can get things done in, you know, just a few days, because I feel like I've been working on this for altogether, you know, if you put all the days together, I feel like it's been a whole week that I've been working on just this little section. Anyways, hi, Debbie. Hey, Lori. Hi, Carolyn. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So let's first go ahead and we're going to remove the tag. This is from Dollar Tree. It was $5 from Dollar Tree. And we're going to remove all of the little pieces that are added on here. I was hoping that I could just pull it off, but it doesn't look like that is going to happen. So I'm going to cut it off with my precision cutters. So I'm just trying to get it as close to the base as possible. Because I don't want it showing. And we might use these, we might not. How do you get your sign to read? Sandra, it's the program that I'm using. I'm not streaming from Facebook. I'm streaming from a different platform. It's called Restream. So that's why. Because Restream allows me to do it, but Facebook does not allow me to do it. Okay. So there we go. We got those off. They're a little rough. So I think I'll take, I think we'll just end up having to put something in those spots. But I'm wondering if I shouldn't take a metal file to them or something to remove the sharpness. I don't know if I can or not. This one's got a little something right here, like extra paint. That's not gonna work. Okay. All right, I don't know. It's gonna be the best it's gonna get. Okay. So, hey Jamie, let's use our mulberry paper and we're gonna print, or we're gonna decoupage it onto all sides of this. So this is what it looks like. So the mulberry paper has been restocked on our website. It is semi-transparent. It has a little bit of a natural fiber to it. I don't know if you can see that or not. And so I printed one of our designs onto it. This is from this month, okay? And I just printed it right onto, and we're gonna go right over the yellow. I'm not gonna paint it, okay? Because I do want, this is yellow, this is yellow. I don't see the need in painting it. So let's decoupage this on. Let me grab a pouncer. All right. It's about time that I get a new bottle of decoupage glue. Hey, Holly. So I just want to get a layer on here. And don't worry about the little perch. We can work around that. Hey, Trish. Okay. There we go. All right, so we got a nice layer on. We're gonna start up here at the top. And I'm just making sure that we are centered. And then we're just gonna work our way down. And now when we get to this perch, I'm just gonna poke a hole. Let's see here. I'm gonna use some scissors to get that to where we can just work around it. Okay. Hi, Luann. Good afternoon, April. All right, so let's take our heat tool to this just to help make sure everything's adhered. There's a couple of spots that I don't think are quite adhered. Okay. Hey, Lori from Florida. I'm hung. There we go. All right, so I'm trying to decide. I think around the edges isn't quite stuck. It's a little bit kind of rounded. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue and see if I can't get that adhered. Okay, that's looking better. Make sure to get it all the way around. I want to get it all the way to the seam so that it looks good and we don't have any that's not covered. Hey, Gail. All right, there, I think I got it now. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my sander and just go around the edge and remove the excess. So you can see how right on that little seam is where we are removing. Griffin's feeling better. He went back to school today. Out of quarantine, but still in his room.
Still in his room on purpose?
Yeah, on purpose.
Not because he has to.
Not because he has to be. He's choosing to still be in his room.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying that it's funny how he was getting sick of quarantine, but Andrew and I kept saying if he wasn't quarantined, he'd still be in his room. And here he is, not quarantined and still in his room. All right, so I'm taking my knife and I'm going around the hole. Y'all remember that tonight is our spring auction. We haven't had an auction in quite some time. And the time is here again. So make sure you set your alarms. 8 p.m. Eastern time is when we will be live with the auction. If you've never participated in one of our auctions before, the rules were posted earlier. And we will be explaining the rules at the beginning of the auction. All right. I wonder. Nope. Okay. I thought maybe I could remove this little hook so that I could not have to worry about it when I go to do the sides, but it doesn't look like I can. So let me see if I can at least remove the little hanger. Make that a little bit easier on me. So I'm just gonna bend this back. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do the side. This is what the front looks like. How cute is that? And you could leave it the front just like that and the sides yellow if you wanted to, and not decoupage the side. But we're going to do the side as well. I'm just trying to decide. I might not do the back. All right, so just get your decoupage glue on here. And I'll have to piece this together, of course. So we'll have to do one side at a time. Making sure, yes, Lisa, I'll try and do that. Possibly Friday. All right. Go. So I'm going all the way up to this little hook. I'm just going to make a slit. Just like that. So we can go around the hook. Side's a little easier to do than the front. All right. All right, so this part here, I'm gonna add some more glue and glue it down. Oh my goodness, you're having snow today? That's crazy. It's not too bad here. It's 53 here. That surprises me that in Ohio you're getting snow. All right, that's looking good. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? All right, I'm just trying to decide. I have a little extra here. I'm trying to decide if I want to try and remove it or leave it. I think I'm gonna try and remove it. And then we'll do some distress ink here on the edges. Okay. Hey, Tamara from Dollar Tree Jail. 94 in Arizona. So nice. Okay. So then I'm going to take this other side and do the other side of the birdhouse. And then I think we are ready to move on to the next step. All right. I'm going to try and get this lined up a little bit better so that I don't have anything to remove. Hopefully. Teresa, oh no, why not? You don't like the heat? I love it. I am so ready. I'm so sick of the cold. I'm done. I'm done with it. We had really warm temperatures here yesterday. I was working in the kitchen all day, so I didn't really get to be out and enjoy it, but I got to see it from the kitchen window. It was a really pretty day. Okay. All right. So here we go. It has now been decoupaged. I think I'm going to not do the back. Okay, so I do want to give it a little bit of distressing though. And I'm going to do that before I add any decoupage glue on top of it. I might not even do any decoupage glue on top of it. I'm going to grab Vintage Photo, I think, for this. And we are going to take this and go over the edges. Okay, so just like that.
Yep, that means hot chicken.
And we'll just rub that on the edges. And I think I'm going to get into these little grooves as well. And let's do the back side too. Hi. I did. Well, yes, we're using that.
What is it for? You can tell me after you're done.
Okay. Going over the back too.
I do.
All right, so I'm going to then, I think, take
I've already done the shipping for today.
and just kind of go in these little grooves. Kind of accentuate that a little bit. How cute. Myrna, this is a ink blending brush. You can get them on Amazon. All right. So there we go. Look how cute that is. We changed the look of it completely. So it's really bright and super cute to begin with. Of course, this is how it started. And so we just kind of changed the look. So now let's embellish it, okay? Didn't see it, Chrissy. They have lots of birdhouses, metal birdhouses. We did another one a couple of weeks ago. Sharon, what writing? Is it comments that you're seeing? There should be a way to remove the comments if that's what you're seeing. You might have to, I'm not sure how it works on YouTube, but there definitely should be a way to remove the comments. Oh, Lynn, I'm so sorry. You see someone's talking about migraines. You know, Mom has struggled with migraines her whole life, but she recently went on a medication that she takes once a month or something like that. And that's the only thing that has ever made a difference. She's not down here right now, or I'd have to tell you about it, but all right, so let's embellish this a little bit. I've got a couple of different options of some things that we can add. So we could always put these back, which we might, but we're going to have to give them some love because I just don't love this bee. So let's actually do that really quick. I'm going to go ahead and remove, because I do think I like it on here. I don't know. I'm a little torn. I'm cutting this off so that it's just flat. I've got some Spanish moss here. I think I want to do Spanish moss. I'm not sure, Sharon. I wish I could help you. Does anyone know on YouTube? Are you watching on your phone, Sharon? Yeah, this Spanish moss isn't, I don't think that's going to. Let me get some more Spanish moss. Throw that away. Let's just play with this for a minute and see what we come up with. So I think it definitely needs Spanish moss right there on the perch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to add some hot glue. Just right on that little perch. Like that. I know I like that. And then I have this little bird, but now that I look at him, he's looking a bit too bright. I'm curious if I could distress him with some vintage photo.
I said I didn't want to lose camera photo. So these are in stacks of 24. So she wants a picture. Here's this.
I think that might be working. This is just a Dollar Tree bird, I do believe. So let's just see if we can make him look like he belongs on this beehive. Quarantine, Lynn, and yes, he went back to school today. I was saying a second ago that he's back at school and everything and out of quarantine, but yet he still chooses to be in his room. All right, I'm going to remove this little pick thing. I think I like that. Now that we have grunged the little bird up, he looks a lot better now in this spot. So we are going to just glue him onto this little perch.
You know, there's a difference between choosing to stay in your room and being made to stay in your room.
I suppose so. Okay. Debbie, so this is not, well, the bird, I suppose, is part of the floral section, but the bird house was in the Dollar Tree Plus section with the outdoor stuff. All right, so there's a little bird on there. That's cute. Let's see about some flowers. These little pink flowers might be cute. Added in here. Beepa! Some of them were talking about migraines.
Oh,
And I said
I know a little bit about those.
that you were taking something that's finally made a difference.
What? You get me in there. Yes, I am taking Qulipta. It is a maintenance medicine that I take every day. And I've been taking it now for probably, you know, time goes so fast. Maybe a year even. I'm not even positive.
It's been a while, I think.
That is so cute. And it's made a huge difference. I still have some headaches, but I am not having migraines. I think the vast majority of my I know the vast majority of my headaches begin in my neck, and I'm getting ready to start going to a chiropractor with that Patty sees that I'm hoping is going to help that. There may be some arthritis in there. I'm not sure. But I still get some pretty bad headaches in the top of my head, like up here and in the base of my neck. But I can take 2 Excedrin and a half of an Imitrex, and it knocks it in about 2 hours. But I don't have to go to bed with them typically. So rarely anymore do I have to go to bed. Now I might feel bad, but I can still function. Whereas with the migraine, I could never function. So, hey Chrissy and Jamie. Hi Rhonda. Hey Teresa. Yes, I have learned that I cannot have red wines. I absolutely cannot have MSG. Sometimes tea will trigger one, and I don't eat cheese because I know that's a trigger, but I also don't care for much cheese. I don't eat very much sandwich meat, so nitrates can also trigger them. I've never heard about peanut butter.
But you eat peanut
Because
butter.
I eat peanut butter. I'm a Jif girl. My daddy worked for Procter & Gamble when I was a kid, and you know, up until probably, gosh, I don't know, early 20s, he worked there. So I mean, Jif is a staple. Yeah.
There's no Skippy in your family.
There's no Skippy in my family. Lynn, I'm glad you said that because aspartame is definitely a trigger for me. And I'll tell you one reason that I know that now for certain. What was the other one called? Sucralose. I kind of just hijacked her whole life. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'm sitting here just adding some flowers on.
Yes, Teresa, sumatriptan is what I take, which I also call Imitrex. So, you know, I've been trying to cut my sugar on my coffee. And so I bought this creamer. It's International Delight or whatever it's called. That was no sugar. And I noticed that just in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it hit me. Why am I having a headache every day? In Florida, my headaches were really bad, which was weird because I wasn't drinking the creamer there. But it hit me, am I having these headaches because I am drinking this creamer in my coffee and it's got sucralose in it? And maybe it was a buildup over time. I don't know. And maybe it's just in my brain. But I decided to stop using it. And knock on wood, I have not had to take Imitrex in over a week. And that's about how long it's been since I've had it. And so I do know that those artificial sweeteners are a trigger for me. It just didn't dawn on me that that was in this creamer. Caffeine actually helps my headaches. Hey, Carol. Yeah, caffeine actually does help my headaches. Now, I don't drink very much of it. Like, I have maybe a cup and a half of coffee a day. Rarely do I have a soda because I have kidney stones, so I rarely have dark colas. So, anywho. All right, I'm going to get off because I got to get ready for tonight's auction, but I wanted to pop on here and say hi to everybody.
So I am mixing a yellow so that I can change this bumblebee because it's a very bright sort of yellow and it just does not go. Okay, so you can see it just does not go well with that. So we're changing the yellow, and so I'm mixing a color right now, and I have used a bright yellow, this one here called cadmium yellow with raw umber and white, and now I'm adding pink to it because it needs a little bit more redness, and the pink is gonna do that without adding any more dullness to it. So that now we end up with this really great sort of mustardy color. I don't know. It's kind of a sort of a beigey mustard. No, they're playing with something over there if you're hearing noises. Okay, so that's the color. Yeah, I can't drink any wine, Teresa. All wine will give me a headache. I can only drink it if I pre-medicate. So when we went, I think I wanted a little more yellow actually. When we went to a wedding that was in wine country in Virginia, I had to pre-medicate the whole time in order to partake at all. And that, it helps. As long as I pre-medicate, I do okay.
And then after you're done, if you want to go over there, unless you can't stand it. Oh, I'll just make sure I don't forget.
All right.
And then I've got to like
Now that we got that painted, we need to do our stripes. All right, I'm gonna grab. You love wine, Teresa? You know, I'm lucky. I don't particularly love it.
This is for you. I got it for you from Florida.
All right.
When I distributed them. That is perfect.
So let's do some
It is the
stripes.
perfect size. And
We're just gonna make these a little bit better than what was on there before,
It's the perfect attached.
which was a little
That's the size purse that I like. Me too.
like a kid did it, kind of.
Yours, Trisha. That's got one.
Y'all, let me tell you about these small brushes, the little intricate detail brushes. Sometimes it makes it easier if you let them dry with a little bit of paint on the end, because then they don't separate and it makes it easier to use. That's how this one is. It's got a little bit of paint dried on the end, and it makes it so easy to make detailed lines. See that? So easy. All right, so then I'm just gonna do the little antennas. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna do the eyes. What do y'all think? Should I do the eyes or not? Does it look empty without it? We'll do them. We're just gonna make them small. Look at the difference. That is so much better, right? Isn't that better? Okay. All right, let's see here.
Yes. I'm just like,
Now that I've done it, I don't know that I like it.
I'm surprised it didn't make me stop, but it didn't.
I don't think that I like it on there. Let's see here. I also pulled out these little bees that I did get at Dollar Tree at some point. And there's like these little ones. Maybe these would be better. I think they would be. If we did a few of these. Just kind of scattered about on the beehive. That's cool, Teresa. I've always thought that's so cool. Alright, I don't know if these will stick or not. I think that's better, don't y'all? They look like they belong. Before, it just felt it's cute, but it just doesn't work. It competes with the bird because it's a beehive birdhouse.
They're probably really out of order. If you can, that'd be great, because we kept having
Just trying to
mistakes.
decide
Got out of order.
where I want them all to go. I think just like that is fine.
Should I put the sheet with it?
So, what else do we need, y'all? Okay, so we can do a little bow. I like to do a bow. I've got this pink ribbon, which would be really cute if I can make it work. I only have this amount. Hey Ruby, she's good. She was actually just on a second ago. She's here. We're trying to get all the auction stuff ready today. I know, it did, didn't it? Okay, that's really cute. I don't know why, but I really like a bow on a birdhouse.
Can I put things on top of your washer?
Yeah. All right. Let's trim the ends. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, I'm gonna glue this right here. This ribbon has just a little bit of yellow paint on it in spots, but that's okay. All right. So do we add? I've already put Spanish moss on the perch, Dana, but we could maybe add some, like in different places, possibly. I just am not sure if it needs it or not. Let's go for it. I'm just gonna add a little right here. And then we'll also add a few of these little pink flowers. And these little pink flowers, if you search for faux baby's breath, that's how you'll find them. And Hobby Lobby has them as well. I just added a little bit like that. And then maybe we even add a little bit of green to come kind of down the birdhouse. Let's see here. I think I want it to match though what I used on the front. Let's see here. This up in here. I just kind of stick it in to the moss and use the moss to kind of help you with your florals. Kind of want it glued down. I'll sort of tack this down a little bit. Thank you, Maxine. Okay. It's like that. Okay. What do y'all think? Does it need anything else? You know what it does need is a little bit of the vintage photo around the hole.
Wrong picture, the wrong title.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to add some on the bottom as well. All right, so the question is, do we put...
I struggled with those today, but I did.
Hang on, I just had a thought, though. This stuff right here, does Dollar Tree still sells this stuff? I don't know if I've seen it or not, but I love this stuff. It just provides really good texture. See if I can make a bow. I'm curious if I want to add this with the pink and just give it a little bit more texture. Volume. I'm going to glue it right on top of the pink. It's like a big bow on a baby, you know what I mean? Oh. Oh my gosh, how cute. Love a big bow. Okay, so then we just have to do a hanger. So you could put this hanger back, but I don't know if I want to. What do y'all think? Or, I mean, it's fine. Or we could do a piece of ribbon. So let's see what that looks like. I do have some yellow ribbon that's just, you know, thin. We also have some pink ribbon. Okay, that is too yellow. That's not gonna work. Let's try. Or we could do jute as well. Let's try this. This is a little gingham pink ribbon. Okay, y'all are wanting me to add a bee to the ribbon. Or, yeah, I don't like that either. Let me get some more bees out. All right. You like that? Let's see. Let me add one over here on the bow. Okay. All right. Let me just get a piece of jute for the hanger because that's all I got. So let me find some jute. Go.
Okay, so number 7
Okay.
is not bad.
There we go. What do y'all think?
That's super cute.
I think it turned out really cute. I like it.
You could auction that off tonight.
I don't know. We can auction it off tonight if you want to. We can add it in.
Alright, I'll do it.
I got Spanish moss all over me. Okay, so 8 p.m. tonight. Make sure you come and join us for our spring auction. We have got how many items?
It will be 34.
34 auction numbers. There's more than 34 items. So sometimes we put 3, 4, 5, even 6 items together in one number. Okay, so you there's lots of stuff. I have posted some pictures as sampling. I have not posted everything, so it'll be a little bit of a surprise tonight. But there are a lot of pictures posted. Make sure you join us at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you've never participated in one of our auctions before, go check out the post and read the instructions. I will be sure to share all the instructions at the beginning of the auction, all right? You do not have to do anything ahead of time in order to participate in the auction. We send out invoices right to your email. And so that's how you'll pay. You'll pay on our website just like you would be paying if you were purchasing something off of our website. So you don't have to do anything ahead of time. All you have to do is grab yourself something to snack on, a little something to drink, and come hang out with us at 8 o'clock. All right, y'all? We'll see y'all soon. Love you guys.